Hari Bol, Namaste. This is Chetan Gandhi. Today, in respect of leadership, we'll be discussing about Rajarishi. I personally believe that the concept of Rajarishi was explained 5,000 years back by Sri Krishna to Arjuna while giving divine knowledge of Bhagavad Gita in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Rajarishi has been also discussed by Chanakya, who was also known as Kautilya or Vishnugupta. He had downthroned Nanda dynasty and installed Chandragupta Maurya as the king, and so he was also known as King Maker. He was also responsible for the defeat of Alexander in India. Chanakya has written two main books, that is Kautilya Arthashastra and Chanakya Niti. The Arthashastra has been originally in Sanskrit language, is a treatise on statecraft, economic policies and military strategy. On studying it, a person would understand about monetary and fiscal policies, welfare, international relations, war strategies in detail, and also about the duties of a ruler or a leader. Now, about Rajarishi. Rajarishi leadership is an ancient Indian concept of ideal leadership deeply rooted in ancient Indian spiritual tradition. It has two dimensions. First, Raja, that is the king, and second, Rishi, that is the sage. According to this concept, a leader, apart from having the necessary qualities of a leader, also has sage-like qualities. Rajarishi signifies a synthesis of Raja being representative of the secular dimension and Rishi denoting the sacred dimension. The emphasis of this model is on external glory, that is performance of all duties of the king successfully, as well as internal glory, that is self-realization, with internal glory driving the external glory. Internal glory is achieved through sage dimensions where a leader performs all his duties remaining unattached to material pursuits for himself, free of selfish desires, controlling all his sense organs and the mind. Rajarishi leader is a great spiritual being who guide human life to perfection, rise above human limitations and combines wisdom of balance and serenity. Let us understand about Raja, that is the king, Swami or the leader. He is the captain. He is the man who leads the organization. In today's corporate world, we call him director or CEO. Without him, we will lose direction. And Rishi, a sage. He is an enlightened leader. He carries out intense meditation, that is tapa. He is realized supreme truth and eternal knowledge. They were also called scientists. In today's world, they are called sadhu, saint or prophet. Now, let us understand about enlightened leaders. That is none other than Rajarishi. These are two different directions which are brought together, thinking that they may create a synergy. For an enlightened leader, along with Vidya Samudesha, the further necessary condition laid down by Kautilya is Vriddha Samyoga, that is association of elders. Rajarishi is primarily divided into two. We can see two qualities, Rajarshi Vritam and Vidya Samudesha. Now, let us understand about Vidya Samudesha, which includes Anviksiki, Traivarta Dandaniti. Now, what is all this? Anvikshiki is made of two words, that is Anu and Ikshi. Anu means atom, the smallest part of anything. Ikshi means a person who wants to know, an inquirer, a thinker, a researcher, an examiner, or a logician. Therefore, Anviksiki is the process of inquiring and right thinking, or the science of thinking. It is also called as science of examined thinking. Kautilya mentions three schools or three types of Anvikshiki, which is Lokayat, Samkhya, Yoga. These three sources of thinking are, that is, Lokayat deals with experience, that is, Pratyaksha perception. Samkhya deals with reason, that is, Anumana, inference or Dharana. And Yoga deals with intuition, that is, Dhyana, meditation or Samadhi. These three schools of thoughts are not to be taken as mutually exclusive according to Chanakya. While the three existed as separate school of thoughts as promoted by their inventors, they complement each other. A king has to have knowledge of all three and has to apply these concepts to solve the problems. Lokayat, Samkhya and Yoga, when applied correctly by the king, leads to prosperity of subjects and peace in kingdom. For a good leader, it is the total well-being and not just Anvikshiki is enough. Therefore, Trai, Varta and Dandaniti are also important. Trai deals with three Vedas, that is spiritual knowledge, that is wisdom, and ethical values, that is dharma. Trai is duty-centric mindset, and human persons are born in this world not for the sake of enjoyment, but to pay off the debt. And it's only in the human form that a person can pay off his debts. That is the reason we have to pay debts we are born with. Try is to understand this order, and it is duty-centric approach and swadharma. Varta is nothing but it deals with economics related to trade, commerce, agriculture, cattle breeding, and material progress. In today's world, it also includes technology and Dandaniti, that is, dealing with politics, rule of law. Dandaniti concerns with science of good governance or rule of law. According to Kautilya, the foundation of good leadership is in acquiring knowledge and also in application of the knowledge and wisdom power by the king. This knowledge power is for the benefit of the subjects. It keeps the mind of a leader steady in adversity and in prosperity and brings about proficiency in thought, speech and action. Now let us understand about yoga. What is yoga? It deals with asana, that is practice of increasing flexibility, toning up muscles, relaxing the body, increasing strength, improving balance and finding stress relief. True purpose of yoga is to develop a relation with the self that exists deep within our core, which is called Jivatma, that is individual soul. Jivatma is a unity of Atma, the supreme soul that is always there, unchanging and endlessly radiating the energy of peace, love and compassion. According to Upanishads, our human nature or Prakriti is comprised of 5 different dimensions. Our mortal body, that is the temple of our individualized Atman, expands into more subtle layers of energy around our spiritual center. Human beings consist of 5 distinct energy sheets called koshas that surround our Jivatma. Each kosha vibrates at different speed and they interact and overlap with each other, ranging from gross to transcendental dimensions. Yoga deals with eightfold path, that is yam, niyam, asana, pranayam, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. This was developed by Patanjali, having all these eightfold paths. In detail, if we see, then the very first of these eightfold paths is Yama, which deals with Satya, Ahimsa, Asteya, Brahmacharya, and Aparigraha. Satya is truthfulness. It implies that one should be truthful to oneself more than to anyone else. We should recognize our own behavior for what it truly is. One should not manipulate the world nor be manipulative to one's own self. Truthfulness brings a sense of self-belief and self-worth. Ahimsa deals with non-violence. We should not harm any other being with their words, deeds, or thoughts. We should not have an attitude to pull down others to achieve anything. Work on self-development and betterment. We should not even abuse our own body and mind, which is common form of violence. Working for 12 to 16 hours, neglecting health, drinking, smoking, drugs are all forms of ahimsa. Asteya, that is non-stealing. We should not rob others of that what belongs to others. Taking or using only that much that is required for a comfortable living. Anything over is taking what is others. Resources are limited on this planet, and so when we use more than what is needed, then one is depriving someone from their share, and this is stealing. Taking credit for other people's ideas and claim them as our own is also stealing. The next yama is aparigraha, that is non-greediness or possessiveness. We want to acquire more and more and do hoarding of much beyond our need. We keep collecting things believing that they may be required someday. Keep accumulating wealth and then spend our lives in managing that wealth, all at the cost of our own health and time with near and dear ones. We should not use others to fill our own pockets. And the last yama is about brahmacharya, that is abstinence or restraining sexual or sensory craving. It deals with mastering the senses. Our focus on our own health or growth has been derooted due to our inability to control our sensual desires. History has spoken about sexual attractions have led to wars where innocent masses have lost their lives. The second path is niyama, that is personal codes which every person should follow. It deals with saucha, santosh, tapa, swadhyaya and ishwar pranidhana. Saucha is self-hygiene, which deals with not only follow cleanliness of body but also the mind. Most of us are extremely particular about bathing every day and cleaning our body. But do we clean our mind every day? We need to clean our minds of negative thoughts that make our mental self unclean. This practice will help us to remain positive even in most critical situations. Santosh, that is contentment, the next niyama. Practice of contentment will help to practice asteya and aparigraha. When there is no limit to our contentment or satisfaction, we begin to eye what belongs to others. We want to collect more and more even at the cost of taking away what belongs to others and stealing. Acquire only that what is needed for everyone's sustenance and managing well that is acquired. The next niyama is tapa, that is art of restraining or control. It helps to stay focused or concentrated. Sensory pleasures that distract can be controlled. All desires to acquire more than the need be restrained. Unwanted thoughts can be avoided, and even one can stay on the path of self growth and realization. Tapa can help us to disengage from the distractions and get back on our desired path. This personal code will help a leader to master his senses, increase their determination and willpower. The fourth one deals with swadhyaya, that is, study and introspection, developing an attitude of learning of the inner and the outer working, learning from the vast wisdom which has been given to us as legacy. We should ask questions like, what is my behavior? How does it impact me and others? What are my thoughts? What is working in my benefit and what is not? Reading, introspection, and reflection helps to make informed choices, will help in inner alignment of outer and the inner worlds, bringing wisdom and maturity. And the fifth niyama is Ishwar Pranidhana, that is having faith or belief in something beyond. For atheists, it can mean believing or having faith in something more powerful than one's own ego, in having faith in the larger working of the universe or the cosmos energy, having faith in positivity and goodwill. For non-atheists, it is having faith in God. Most leaders failed due to their large ego, me and myself approach. Practice of prayers, chanting, of constant reminder that there is much beyond yourself will increase humility in a leader, which is one very important value for an enlightened leader. This can be practiced through collaborative work as well as through delegating and having faith in the potential of others. The other steps are, the third step is asana, which deals with posture movements with ikagrata and attitude or called or correct bhava. Regular practice of asana helps to maintain a routine, keeping a healthy body and a healthy mind. This brings flexibility of all parts of body, increases strength and stillness. The next, that is fourth one, is pranayam, that is control or regulation of the prana, that is life energy. Breathing is to body is what fuel is to vehicle and beyond. It helps to stay calm and relaxed, thereby increasing the quality of life. The fifth stage is pratyahara, that is withdrawal of the senses, external to internal. On regular practice of yama, niyama, asana and pranayama, it's ready for more intense practice of concentration. We are able to withdraw our senses inward from the outer world to begin the practice of concentration. Example, tortoise withdraws all limbs inward and sits in a still, no movement position when it senses danger or discomfort. This practice makes it easier to move in and out of our inner and outer worlds as needed for progress and management of our responsibility for all and self. The sixth one is dharana, which deals with intense focus and concentration. The seventh stage is dhyana, that is meditation, and the eighth stage is samadhi, that is state of oneness. A king does not reach to the eighth level, that is of samadhi. Now, as mentioned earlier, for an enlightened leader, along with Vidya Samudesha, the further necessary condition laid down by Kautilya is Rajarishi Leadership, that is Life of a sage like king. Now, that deals with Vriddha Samyoga. Vriddha Samyoga means association with elders for the sake of improving knowledge. Advice from wise elders should be of great help to a leader. King or leader should take advantages of learned elders in various situations, either demanding solution for crisis, enhancing material, ethical progress. It will be also helpful for leadership working for well-being of people. The next one is Indriya Jaya, that is control over senses. Kautilya insists that the king or leader should be having control over the senses, and for that he needs to sacrifice the six enemies. Now, Arishta Varga Tyaga, that is sacrifice the six enemies, that is Kama, Krodha, Lobh, Mad, Mana, Harsha. Kama is lust, Krodh is anger, Lobh is greed, Mad is pride, Mana deals with arrogance, and Harsha, that is foolhardiness, bold, rash, reckless, and foolishness. The leader who is victorious over these six enemies will become powerful leader. Kautilya says, if king has no control on these six enemies, he will not only perish but also be responsible for destruction of the kingdom. The fourth one is Charina Chakshu. The king should be vigilant through use of spies, and the king should appoint spies after confirming his or her Raja Nishtha. Leader should confirm any news after getting messages from three spies. He also should have spies to keep watch on rumors in kingdom. The next one is Yogakshema, that deals with security and well-being. After that is Swadharma, that is a king should be duty-centric and also try to make his people duty-centric. Then is Vinayam Vidyopadesana, that is the king should be disciplined by training and updating his knowledge. The second last, that is the eighth one, is Artha Samyoga, that is Artha Samyoga means material prosperity. King should watch on finance of kingdom. And the last one is Hitina Vichtam. The mindset of a ruler should be for total well-being of his people and kingdom. Both are given importance. From the lessons of Bhagavad Gita, we learn that Arjuna asks Lord Krishna, what is the force that binds us to selfish deeds, O Krishna? What power moves us even against our will as if forcing us? Lord Krishna replied, it is selfish desire and anger arising from the state of being known as passion. These are the appetites and evils which threaten a person in his life. Just as fire is covered by smoke and a mirror is obscured by dust, just as an embryo is developed in the womb, knowledge is hidden by selfish desire. Arjuna, this unquenchable fire for self-satisfaction is the biggest enemy of the wise. Selfish desire is found in the senses, mind, and intellect, misleading them and burying wisdom in delusion. Fight with all your strengths, O Arjuna. Controlling your senses conquers your enemy, the destroyer of knowledge and realization. This message from Bhagavad Gita is a clear indication for modern day business leaders and professionals that to take the organization to a higher pedestal, real fight has to be waged internally by the individuals rather than in the marketplace. Internal development of business leaders and professionals would reflect the outer outcome instead of vice versa. In conclusion, I would like to state that Rajarishi concept of leadership transcends all the modern theories of leadership. It covers the trait aspect, that what should be present in the leader. It also explains about the behavior a leader should demonstrate. Moreover, this concept is not meant for specific situation but applies to all leaders for facing all types of situations. Spiritual dimension forms the core of this concept. For perennial success in the leadership position, Rajarishi paradigm is the most ideal one, and leaders, if evaluated from Rajarishi point of view, could act as the most efficient reference tool for predicting the long-term and holistic success of a leader. The training qualities and the characteristics of an enlightened leader are not only meant for the king, even though the term used is Rajarishi. In modern world today, good leadership is required in all fields, be it academics, trade and commerce, judiciary, politics, administration, or any other field. Thank you very much.